What's up YouTube, I'm Mike, and today I'm shooting a review video of Tailored Athlete. I'm gonna do the pants first, but first let me clarify. The only reason I'm doing this video is because they email me every single day asking me to review their clothes. I had a really bad experience with Tailored Athlete. I was content to leave them alone because I hope that I had a one-off bad experience. So I was gonna leave it alone. I wasn't gonna say anything about the experience, and they blow me up in the email every single day asking for a review. So you asked for it, you get it. I placed my first order with Tailored Athlete 3 or 4 days before I had a job interview coming up. I've put on about 15 pounds of body weight. My upper body's grown several inches in a relatively short period of time, which caused me to grow out of all of the dress shirts. I thought all of the dress shirts that I had, and I never wear dress shirts really. So I placed an order for 4 dress shirts and 2 pairs of these dress pants, which we're gonna talk about first, from Tailored Athlete. And I paid $20 extra in expedited shipping to make sure, it was like next day shipping, I think, next business day shipping. So the clothing should have arrived 2 days before my interview because I wanted to make sure I had time to make sure everything worked and fit so that if it didn't, I could still go out and get other clothing. I placed my order on a Sunday night. It should have been here Tuesday, I think. And by Tuesday morning, they still hadn't given the package to the UPS guy, and they shipped from somewhere in Maryland. So lo and behold, the package did not arrive on time. It still should have been here the day of my interview, and it was not. So they obviously were forced to credit me the $20 extra that I paid in expedited shipping. And then I get I finally get the package and try on everything that I purchased, and none of it fit the way it looks in their product advertisement. So I was prepared to return it anyway because I had such a bad experience. And so then I go to look at their return policy, which I should have looked at first. Admittedly, I did not. Their website says that you can return products undamaged basically up to 35 days. What they don't specifically say, because it's not true, is that they do not offer free returns. If you purchase something from Tailored Athlete and it does not fit, you have to pay the return shipping. I would have never purchased something like, what's going on with the camera? I would have never purchased something like bodybuilding clothing where I didn't definitively know my size if I had realized that it was not going to be free returns. This is why I almost exclusively buy clothes either in store or from Amazon, where I can be assured that I'm going to be able to get the right size even if it takes some trial and error. So I sent them more than one heated email, and admittedly, in their defense, they agreed to make it right. They basically credited me my entire order and let me keep the clothing. So I do want to make it a point to say thank you very much for that. That was definitely the right business move to make. Unfortunately, you should have stopped nagging me in the email for me to give you a review, because I wouldn't have been talking about all of the negatives that I'm going to talk about today. So when they agreed to credit the order, I went ahead and placed another order for more shirts in a different size, which we're going to get to in a minute. These are the Tailored Athlete dress pants. As you can see, they are very form-fitting. I don't know how much a frame are we getting here.
You're getting all your legs, but it's a little hard to see because it's black background.
Yeah, great.
There you go. There. Oh, scoot forward a little bit, and you can see. Yeah.
So as you can see, the pants are very form-fitting. These are a 34-inch waist because I have a whole lot of junk in the trunk right here to try to fit into dress pants. That's predominantly the problem. My quads measure 25 and about 1/2 inches around the bigger part of my quad, to give you an idea. So these are 34.5-inch waist. You can see that there's plenty of room left here. I have 25.5-inch quads, and they're filling out the pants. But there is breathing room. Now, for the first problem. Sorry about that, I had to go get these belts. So the first problem that I ran into as soon as I pulled them on, despite what we're gonna get to in a second, which is the teeny tiny ankles that you have to wiggle your feet to get into, the first thing that I did when I went to put them on was to put a belt in them. This is my Louis Vuitton, one of my 2 designer belts. I have this Louis Vuitton belt and I have that Gucci belt. This Louis Vuitton belt, like most men's belts these days, is very wide. It's very thick. The belt loops are not wide. As you can see, this belt will not go into the belt loop. In order to get it in there, you have to stretch it extremely. It's very hard to try. It basically doesn't go. I got it in one time, but it feels like the belt loop is going to completely pull off the side of the clothing. So you can see the size of this belt. It's nothing extreme, and it will not. You can get it in there with enough force, but it's holding on for dear life. The problem with this belt is that when you come back around the other side, the belt goes through the back. And so the loop has to accommodate double the thickness of the belt, which is entirely impossible with this pair of pants. These belt loops apparently were made for children's belts and not adults. This second belt is from Gucci, and it buckles through the front. This belt is just a tiny hair smaller, and if you see, I can get it into the belt loop. Unfortunately, the belt loop is pulled as tight as it can get, and it's snug going through even one loop. Once you try to work this around and get it all the way around your waist, it gets snugger and snugger and more difficult to pull the belt through the loop. It will clasp if I bring it around the front, because the belt, see, this is what I mean. I've only got it in one loop, and this is how hard it is to use it. You have to yank the belt through, and then with this Gucci belt, it will go because it goes in front. But if you have any belt that needs to double through the loop, there is zero chance you're getting it. This is not an extremely large belt. It's definitely not a belt of unusual thickness. So even if you had a narrower belt, the loop is so small, you're still never getting it back through the front of the loop so that you look nice and professional in the front. The second bizarre thing that I don't understand is this zipper. This zipper is very coarse, it's strange metal, it says YKK on it, but I've just never seen a zipper like it. It feels like a heavy duty industrial zipper, and it doesn't fit well with the pants. It looks weird, it feels weird, it seems very out of place with the pants. Again, what I was showing you is they're tapered so much that this ankle, there is no stretch in the ankle at all. That's the maximum width you can get out of that. To put this into perspective, I wear a 9.5 to 10 inch shoe. I'm 5'10", and I weigh 216 to 218 pounds right now. So I do not have unusually large feet. Because of the taper of these pants and the size of the ankles, and I know that this maybe this is the style today, you can basically only wear these pants with conventional dress shoes. And if you have big feet or wide feet, they look absolutely like clown shoes when you put these on. I have a pair of Louis Vuitton Baroque shoes that are basically dress shoes with an extra thick sole on them, because I'm 5'10" and my wife is 5'9", and sometimes she wears 6-inch heels, and I like to boost myself up a little bit. I love these Louis Vuitton shoes. They look like absolute clown shoes in these pants. I have a really nice pair of Versace like dress boots, and you can get them in the pant leg, but the pant leg is so tight that it covers so little of the top of the boot that they just look absolutely ridiculous. So you've got a pair of dress pants that you can basically only wear with dress shoes, and even then, in my estimation, it's not a good look. The final piece, and again, I'm 5'10", these are 34-inch waist. You can see my body composition. I have very little fat on my frame. Apparently, these pants are made for men who have very, very small packages, because there is no room in the crotch at all. These are sucked up as absolutely tight as they will go. You can see there's just absolutely no room in the crotch. Standing up like this, they're borderline comfortable. Borderline. If you look in the back, they just go right up your ass. So when I try to sit down, they become completely indecent. There's no room in here at all. So unless you hang very, very small, I could not recommend these pants at all. 10 out of 10, do not recommend the Tailored Athlete dress pants for all of the reasons that I just gave you. Whoever designed these belt loops needs to be fired. Y'all gotta go back to the drawing board. This is obscene. This is a complete miss on a men's dress pant that I cannot wear either one of my designer belts. And then this taper at the ankle, maybe I'm an old man, maybe I don't understand the style anymore, but it is so tight that, again, I'm not gonna do it now for YouTube's sake. If I try to take these pants off, the only way I can get them around my size, maximum 10.5 foot, is to basically pull them off and peel them off my ankles. Trying to pull them off from the bottom, like unzip and just pull my feet through the way I put them in, you're just constantly wiggling around. They're so tight and they stretch so much, or they're so snug when you try to get your foot out of them, that I'm convinced that they're never gonna last. So between the danger either not being able to wear a belt or stretching the belt loop so tight that they're likely not gonna last, being hamstrung to the point that you can only wear one style of shoes, I just cannot honestly say enough negative things about these pants. The crotch is horrific, everything about them, they're incredibly uncomfortable to wear. I can't wait to get out of them right now so that I can show you the two sizes of dress shirts that I bought and how they actually fit. Okay, so this is the Tailored Athlete Muscle Fit 2.0 shirt. When you look on the website at the athlete that's wearing this shirt on the website, you will notice that there's not so much of the wrinkling and crinkling. That admittedly this shirt has not been ironed. But the way that this shirt is very loose in the arms here is not the way the athlete on the website is wearing it. He's got the shirt stretched tight over his forearms and tight over his biceps, and the shirt is stretched tight over his pecs. To put this shirt into reference, if you are online buying these clothes, the size guide on Tailored Athlete says that this XXL shirt is for a 45 to a 47.6 inch chest. We measured my chest just before we shot this video, and the smallest measurement we got was 48.5. Depending on how much my lats are flared and various other things, she got dimensions as high as 50 inches around my chest. So with a max dimension on the shirt at 47.6 inches, the reason that I ordered an XXL is because I should be able to, at between 48.5 to 50 inches, more than fill out this shirt. And as you can see, it does not fit in the muscle fit style that it is being showed in on the website. I have 18-inch biceps flexed. So you can see that the shirt is, it does fit my arms, but there's a lot of excess material here that is not being stretched into, and I just don't think that the sizing is accurate. You can see so much up here in my shoulders. This is not the way the shirt is designed to be worn. So when I went back after having the whole return debacle, or the misorder problem, I looked at the fine print, and when you see the athlete who's stretching the shirt out, he's basically wearing a shirt that is a complete size too small. He's not wearing the shirt that actually fits his body's dimensions. So I went back and I ordered an XL, which I'll show you next. But if you want the shirt to fit slightly loose, it's still tight on the arms, it's still tailored around the waist, so obviously this is going to be a much better look professionally. I've got some just other pants on besides the Tailored Athlete pants that don't work. These are like cheap Amazon pants that actually I can fit my crotch into. And I'll show you something cool about these cheap Amazon pants, is that if I choose to wear my Louis Vuitton belt, As you see, it fits right inside the Amazon pants with no problem. We can get this all the way around. My wife was having to help me put the tailored athlete pants on because I could not get the belt in anywhere. So here I can be a big boy and dress myself, and I can get my belt to fit just the way it was designed to fit. So this is what the XXL tailored athlete muscle fit dress shirt looks like on somebody who has a minimum of a 48.5-inch chest. As you can see, the sleeves are too long for me. So if I unbutton the sleeves so that we can let them hang down, I'm 5'10" again. You can see how long the sleeve actually is on my frame. So in order to get a shirt, this is the whole point of tailored athlete. The whole point is that the shirt be tailored to my body size. I don't know how tall they think that you're supposed to be in order to wear an XXL shirt, but clearly it's not 5'10". I think it does say on the website actually that it's for a taller person. And I think that the XXL is estimated for somebody who's up to 225 pounds of body weight. I'm not sure where that weight would be on a muscle fit shirt other than exactly the way I'm carrying it. So it seems pretty clearly to me that these are just not, the dimensions on these shirts are not done very well. These sleeves are entirely too long for someone who is 5'10". But you can at least see it does prevent the problem that you have with most dress shirts, where once you get them to fit across the chest, they look like absolute dresses on the side. They're just ballooned out. And so at least you do get the tailored fit here, and if you can deal with the sleeves, maybe in the summer you pull your sleeves up and it's less of an issue, but certainly not the tailored fit that I was looking for. So let me put the XL on and we can compare its dimensions to my body and the way it actually fits. Okay, and we're back with the XL shirt. So again, I have a 48.5-inch chest, 18-inch biceps, and the dimensions on their website, the size guide says that this shirt is for a 43 to 45-inch chest. So at a minimum, my chest is 3.5 inches around bigger than the top dimension here. At a maximum, depending on how I flex, it's up to 5 inches bigger around than this shirt is designed to fit. But as you can see, now we get the actual muscle fit look, where my muscles, forearms and biceps are stretching the shirt with far fewer wrinkles. It fits much tighter across the chest. This shirt, I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but you can actually see my bicep vein in the shirt. It fits that tight. So this may not be everyone's cup of tea, obviously, but this is what I bought. I bought a shirt that was muscle fit, that was designed to show exactly what my frame looks like underneath the dress shirts. One of the reasons I don't like wearing dress shirts. I don't go to the gym to build this body to have it hidden under clown-like sized arms. And so this shirt fits a lot better. It's very tailored around the waist. You can see that the sleeves are still a bit long. They bunch up a little bit. Again, I'm 5'10". If I pull the sleeves completely down, that's probably about where you'd want them to be, I think. So obviously it's not going to look painted on because it's not. There's going to be some lines and wrinkling in the shirt. But obviously this is a much better fit. You can see my shoulders fill out the top of the shirt. There's far less extra baggage up here, and my chest and back look good in the shirt. So if you are in the market for a tailored athlete dress shirt, be aware to basically completely ignore the dimensions on the website. If you want it to fit tight like this, if you want to fill out the entire shirt, you need to go down an entire size at a minimum from where their website, what the numbers on their website is. So this is an XL shirt, and again, I'm 5'10", I weigh 216 pounds, and have a minimum of a 48.5-inch around chest with 18-inch arms. This is what the shirt looks like. So this I feel a lot better about. I'm undecided you know, it's definitely a different look. It's certainly, I think it would be a little bit much to wear to the workplace probably, but this is at least the fit that I was looking for when I bought these shirts. I wish I had better things to say about my buying experience. I guess at the end of the day, they did the right thing. At the end of the day, they went above and beyond what anybody could expect. They ran into some problems with their shipping, and they credited me the entire order, and they let me keep everything. So that, admittedly, is above and beyond what anybody would expect. Unfortunately, their return policy does not make me feel comfortable trying any of their other clothes, and the dress pants are a total loss. So at a minimum, I got 4 dress shirts that, at least for the time being, fit good. If I don't gain any more weight, I don't think I could get much more into these shirts. My wife had to help me pull this shirt on and rotate the sleeves until you can get yourself in, because it is a very snug fit.
Could you wear a tie with either of these shirts?
I cannot wear a tie with either of these shirts. With the shirt that I showed, I have an 18-inch neck. So with the shirt that I showed you before, it says that the opening is 18.1 inches. I probably, with some help from my wife, could get the neck on the XXL closed and maybe get a tie on. I could probably, worst case scenario, you know, pull it together at the top with a tie. This one definitively will not go. So I have an 18-inch neck. I think this is a 17 or something. This is, I mean, you can see that it's not even, it's never going. So I would never be able to wear a tie with this shirt. I would have to go to the other shirt that does not fit the way I want it to fit in order to get a tie. Thankfully, I don't imagine myself ever being in a situation, hopefully ever again in life, where a tie is required. But there you have it. So Tailored Athlete shirt, cheapy Amazon pants that have much bigger legs for me to put my boots in. Admittedly, these are probably bigger than I would like, but so I'm impossible to please. One of the things to be aware of while you are looking at this, to my eye, when you have a shirt that fits very tight like this and then pants that don't, there is that, to me, I'm undecided about that look. So that may be why Tailored Athlete went with the taper that they did, because when you've got a tight fitting shirt and then you've got some sort of loose flowing pants, it might not be the best look. But again, between the belt, the crotch, and the fact that you could taper those ankles and still give some stretch at the bottom to accommodate a variety of shoes. So if you guys are looking to step your game up, definitely bring me on board, and I will help you settle this down to an actual athlete's body. I don't know how. I mean, obviously, my dimensions are substantially different than any of the people that are featured on their website. So I guess, you know, there's big and then there's big. I guess I don't know what they're going on with, but this is it. So they asked for the review multiple times in email. This is it. I am very happy with these shirts, and at the end of the day, they did the right thing and made the first order right. So I'll have to see what happens where I wear them out, if I really like them in action, and then I'll report back more on that. So there you have it. As always, thank you for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.